Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me for this week. Don't forget, leave your weekly wisdom down in the comments. This is learn sharing at its finest. I know everybody learns every day. What's the one piece of wisdom that you learned last week? Share it with the group. This week, what I learned was from one of my idols, Simon Sinek. Now, he is just amazing, but this is not a video dedicated to fangirling for him, so we're just going to jump into the quote. Now, the quote is that we do not build trust in others so that we trust that they don't break the rules. Instead, we build trust in others and trust that they know when to break the rules. Now, this is a critical piece of information. As leaders, we're constantly looking out for that next big rock star on our team. And one of the ways, and until Simon said it, one of the ways that this would happen was an unspoken ability. They would know when to break the rules. And as soon as I saw this quote going through LinkedIn, it was like, oh, that's what that quality is. Because we couldn't really define it, but we knew it when we saw it. So what are you training your team for? Are you training them to never break the rules? Because if you're in customer service, that's not always an option, or it shouldn't be. Or are you training them to know when to break the rules? Now, I think this is one of the key differentiators with companies like Disney, Starbucks, Apple, Central Market, HEB, is not that they break the rules every time, but they know when to break the rules. They know when the situation in front of them is different than every other situation that's come. As a leader, you should be able to engage the human in front of you without having the past 20 times that you've done this impact that engagement. Because while it may have been the 20th time that you've dealt with this particular FMLA, leave of absence, customer return, customer complaint, it is the first time for the person in front of you. Treat it as such. I know sometimes it's hard, but our job as leaders is to make sure that the human in front of us feels valued and appreciated and understood. And if it comes down to breaking the rules, as a leader, chances are you are promoted because you understand when and how to break the rules. But somebody told me whenever I was just about to go into leadership at Disney, the difference between being a rock star employee and a leader is a rock star employee can do it. The leader can teach it. So if you have that trait, start teaching it. And don't discipline when the rule is broken for the right reasons, but maybe not in the right way. That's a great educational moment. In the beginning of my career, there were times whenever maybe went a little overboard with taking care of the guest. And instead of being disciplined, my leaders would sit me down and say, okay, your heart was in the right place. It was a great job. Let's talk about what we could do differently next time so we can be creative and not end up spending the entire checkbook. Know when to break the rules. Know how to teach when to break the rules. Surround yourself with people that you trust to know when to do so. Trust is a critical thing. Trust is not micromanaging. Thank you very much for joining me this week. Don't forget to leave in the comments what you learned, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Don't forget, you got this.